Hello viewers, welcome to the Ghana Chronicles Business in Focus. As Ghana transforms through the massive development that we are witnessing across the country, the need for information and communication technologies will be both pivotal and critical. Today, we will be speaking with Mr. Sarfraz Sharifuddin, founder and CEO of Vnet Communications, on what they have to offer for business solutions. Sarfraz, welcome to Business in Focus.
Thanks for having me.
Tell us a little bit who Sarfraz Sharifuddin is and how did you get into this type of business?
So life is about finding yourself. So as much as I've found myself at this point, I'll try to explain who I think I am.
I agree.
In one word, I would say that I'm a contributor. Most or everything that I do, I try to focus on it, adding value to something else. And that is pretty much my drive. But step back a few years, born and raised in Wakenham. I spent my entire childhood on the island of Wakenham. That's an island in the Essequibo River. Wakenham is Dutch, means waiting for a name. I was brought up in a small village. It's a French village, Sans Souci. It means without worries. And so I went to the Essequibo Islands, a secondary school where I did my entire secondary education before I wrote CXC and then moved to town at the age of 17. I actually wrote the exam, I was 16. And coming from the island, there wasn't at the time much opportunity. So I then ventured to the city, Georgetown, where I started my career. I actually started in insurance and then I moved into technology. And when I started working in the field of technology, I was more intrigued with telecommunication. And so I started with deployment of networks, wireless network, wired network, and also did some courses. So I am SAP Technical Solution Certified. From that, I started to focus more on telecommunication and satellite communication to be exact. And today I am GVF certified, which is a VSAT professional certificate in satellite communication. And I also hold a master in business, which I completed Anglia Ruskin in the UK. So after I would have worked with several different providers in the telecommunication field, I founded Vnet Communication in 2012. And fast forward 11 years later, here we are trying to offer solutions that would add value to business.
Oh, brilliant. Sarfraz, that's something you and I have in common. Not that I'm into this kind of technology, but I also grew up in the island of Wakenham. And, I remember I knew your dad. We were many years apart, but I knew him. Sarfraz, if I may ask, look, as I mentioned in the opening, this country is developing at a fast rate. Lots of stuff are happening, construction, all this infrastructural work. If I am into construction, because there are so many people out there, the contractors and all these people, what solutions can you offer me as a building contractor? Do you have solutions to offer me?
Sure. So what we are focusing on, and the fact that the company, I would say, is probably a reflection of my personality, is us trying to be able to add to the development, to contribute, to offer viable solution that would add value to what you're doing, regardless of what sector you operate in. And for us, we understand that connectivity is pretty much the highway for data transfer, right? It's where you get information from point A to B, just like regular traffic. You need to get information in a timely manner. And what we are doing is working with our international partners. We have partners in Europe, in North America, even in Latin America, all in an effort to ensure that we have global connectivity that is supported by professional companies and partners. For us, this is key. We need to work together to ensure that we can achieve certain results with the solutions that we're coming up with. And coming back to construction, it being a significant sector in any country's development, We are also looking to offer certain platform, telecommunication platform, so that the entire workforce can stay connected. The company can have better oversight of what is it that they're doing, from their human resource to their fleet. And so some of the solutions that we're offering for telecommunication obviously is satellite-based internet, so that you would have connectivity regardless of where you are. And added to that solution, we have our two-way communication system, which is our smart radio, that allows you to communicate from any distance. It supports 4G, it supports Wi-Fi. So regardless of where you are, you can always stay connected to your team. And this is our solution for human resource management, because not only you can stay connected with them, but we have also added the tracking feature to that, because TrackPoint is our solution. TrackPoint is what we have offered to the Guyanese public for GPS tracking for fleet management. So for the human resource aspect, we have our smart radio that you can also track. And then we have our fleet management solution, which offers GPS tracking on a telematics platform for fleet management. So you have a complete oversight of your entire fleet on trips, distance covered, and all of the wonderful features that come generally with the tracking service. All of that backed up by our professional staff. So we just don't sell the solutions, but we ensure that our staffs are trained and are here to offer after-sales support, which is very important and crucial to ensure that the solution that you're depending on is actually adding value to what you're doing. So as a contractor, you just concentrate on building our roads and improve our infrastructure, and we would support you on the telecommunication expansion.
Brilliant. I was just about to ask you. You mentioned about roads, but let's say I'm sitting in an office in Georgetown. I have my guys out in the interior working. They are doing a project to, let's say they're building, a massive project, some maybe a road or some massive development they're doing. What can you offer me that I will have the oversight, and how exactly, in a practical manner, how exactly does oversight work? That I'm sitting in Georgetown, but I have oversight of my staff there. Tell me, because this is a question that I'm sure the people out there would want to ask, and this is what they will want to know. Because if I'm to be that contractor, then I want to know exactly how this is going to work.
Great, brilliant. So what we have done in a case like that, if a client was to come up to us and ask, what can we do? Then we would put together quite a few of our solutions to make one complete end-to-end solution. So we'd first offer you the internet connectivity, which could be via satellite. Regardless of where you are, you have connectivity. We can also offer this service on the 4G network. We have our 4G routers, industrial grade and standard routers. That would be the core. That would be the platform for which everything else is possible. Then we would add our GPS tracking so that you can keep track of the heavy duty machinery. We would add a CCTV so you can have an oversight of the actual site that you're working on, and you can, as the workforce move along, let's say a highway, the system moves with you. And you back at the office here, we offer you the IoT platform or the smart platform, so that depending on what is it that you're looking to monitor, you have access on your computer here. So for tracking, we have our tracking platform. You know the whereabouts of your vehicles. With the smart radio, not only can you communicate at any distance, you can also know where that individual is, because the radio allows for GPS tracking. We have obviously the internet service so that you can also have your email go back and forth. And with that internet connectivity, now with the way in which more capacity is being offered via satellite, we can also add now a CCTV solution to that, so you can actually see what's happening.
Brilliant.
And so the platform that you would have allows you to have an insight or an oversight into everything there.
I would want to say that you've really answered everything that I asked there, because that is what solution is all about. So that's for construction. But here, you're from Wakenham, and we all know that the island is a farming community. Is there anything at all that you can incorporate as it relates to the technology that you're offering to farming?
So farming is very close to me because of where I grew up. I was never really part of it, maybe 1 or 2 weekend trip. So what I can tell you about farming, what that has taught me over the years is that not everyone wants to get into farming because of this, it being like a strenuous work. You got to go out and work.
Yes.
And we know that it's only for a group, and hence the reason why traditional farming, it's still been in operation, but it's still a bit difficult as it relates to how much young people you can get involved in farming. And so I thought about that, and what we have done is we have introduced a new service. It's on the IoT platform where we can add technology to farming. And this is where I think we can bring out some of the smarter, younger minds to get into agriculture, because we know the importance of farming and agriculture, and how much we can provide as it relates to food security. And so to get more people involved in that, and this is my vision, is to add technology. You know, we have drone technology, we have monitoring technology. But what about if we get everything put together on one platform where you can do things like soil monitoring remotely, remote irrigation that is automated,
Wow.
meaning, you know, if the soil reaches a certain temperature, the pump turns on. You can have all the data analytics to really assess what time of the year, which crop is best suited for, the region to match the crops, how to improve yield. And all of that can be easily accessed on our IoT platform that is designed not just for farming, but also for smart city deployment. But talking about farming, I think this is one way of getting more kids involved because of technology. And, you know, we have demo system here that we show to anyone that is willing to come and have a look. I think it's a challenge that we are looking to really take up, and not just only get farmers to evolve and transit into technology, but to also get the young kids involved more so that we can have a wider variety of in the development sector.
Wow, that's really interesting. I mean, can you imagine this is the future we're living in, and you're offering that sort of solution. And I think that with the expansion of Guyana and more people coming back to Guyana, and very soon with all of these, the labor force that's been coming in, you know, there's lots of Hispanics working here. Obviously, the need for more food is necessary. There are times when we have shortages, and I really think that what you're offering can actually alleviate some of the issues related to farming and the lack of crops, if I want to put it that way. So Fraz, but somebody who's watching this program out there, this show, and they want to get in contact with you because they want to see this thing firsthand, or how do they get in contact? How do they see what this is all about, and how do you tell them how they can be part of all of this?
So as I've mentioned before, partnership for us is very important, because to really achieve something that is worth working towards, you know, you need to work with people that first and foremost share the same vision, right? That's a given. We welcome partnership. We welcome the interest in what we're doing, because I can tell you we put a lot of research and development into bring forth new solution. You know, we just don't sit and things happen to appear. Mm-hmm. And farming, like I said as well, is critical, right? Food security, agriculture is very critical, not just here, but globally. with everything else that is happening, talking about climate change and so on. And so we also have weather station that can be part of the platform that you can pretty much put any region. But coming back to how people can get in contact with us, we are located in Campbellville. They can reach out to us via email, our website, vnetgy.com. They can come and have a chat, and we are always open to offer demonstration, get the people involved, get feedback, because that is important for us.
Indeed.
Because as a technology company, we only see it one way, and that is how fast or how far can we advance what we are doing. But we also need the input from the users, because it doesn't make sense that we move from point A to point C, and then between that, we don't really serve a purpose, or we don't really bring forth a solution that add benefits, that add value. So for us, feedback is very important, and we welcome that. And that's the reason why for any of the service that we offer, the first thing we put forward to the customer before you commit, come and have a test drive. See what it's about, raise your concern, so that we can even make it better, because we depend on that feedback. So with that partnership, we're able to offer something better and specifically designed for what is it you're looking for.
So Faraz, I want to thank you so much. We're going to have to do this again, because there is so much more that we can talk about. And these are just two areas that we covered. But thank you so much for having this chat with us on Guyana Chronicles Business in Focus. And we will do this again. But Vnet Communications is not all about business only. They have been involved in a lot of youth development and CSRs. And to tell us a little bit about that, here is West Indies all-rounder and Vnet brand ambassador, Kimo Paul, to tell us a little bit about that. Kimo, welcome to Business in Focus. Want to tell us a little bit about your involvement and what your role as a brand ambassador is?
Well, yeah, first of all, it's good to be here. Vnet Communications is very keen on youth development, and I am a student of that, They have been behind me from since the tender age of 13, I would say, supporting me in whatever way it is. So they're very, very keen on development of the youths, whether it be academically, physically, emotionally, whatever it is, As the brand ambassador, my job is just to continue that trend, Like I said, they have been behind me, so now it's time for me to get behind and get into prospect with developing youths.
Brilliant. What are some of the things that you have in store right now that you guys are working on, Vnet and Kimo Paul? Is there anything right now that you guys are working on to help in this process?
Well, there are a few things that we're in talks about. Like I said, we really want to focus on developing youths, whether it be here, whether it be in rural communities, wherever. We want to develop the entire Guyana. We want to focus on the entire Guyana, not just one aspect or one area. Mm-hmm. We want to broaden our vision, And whether it be through education or whatever, we just want to get out there, get in the fields and get stuff done and help the youths in whatever way.
Brilliant. All right, Kimo, thank you so much for being here, and keep doing the great work you're doing.
No problem, thank you.
Viewers, thank you so much for joining us on this another episode of the Guyana Chronicles Business in Focus. We hope you can join us again when we bring you on another journey of what is in store in the massive development that's happening in our country. Take care.